I'm expecting more bullish news on the weekend because it's obvious the US cannot afford to like continue this war. Iran do not want to continue this war. So the ceasefire was obvious because there was a clear stalemate. Iran wasn't able to like give up the share of rumors. US were doing ground invasion. It was getting too escalated. It had to be cooled down, and it is being cooled down. So this entire move, the break of structure. Let me just go on a Bitcoin chart. You should be able to see my screen, right? Okay, that was the long. I was on my. I took on my X. Pretty good long. Let me just remove this, and let me just also remove this. Go on a go, let me just go on a 30-minute time frame. Okay, so this break of structure we had, okay, this break of structure we had, this entire move, this entire move, and we have swept the naked point of control, and you can already see the reaction from this level. That is what I love about my levels. But I don't think so that we are just going to go down to this. Okay, I do think that we are going to see some higher continuation, and I'm going to talk about till how much higher, etc., etc. Okay, but this move we had here, this was clearly driven by the spot buys. You can see there were massive spot candles were being opened. Before that, we had some sort of a spot selling on the Coinbase, but it did not really affect the market that much, and we just kept going higher and higher. And of course, the Bitcoin was Binance was the main contributor to this spot buying. And even right now, there is consistent spot buying is happening, and very less selling is happening. And like overall sentiment is bullish, and we can see it on the chart, which is good, which convinces me that I am looking for higher prices as well, even throughout the weekends. Okay, now of course we have tapped the naked point of control, so we are going to see some sort of, you know, reactions. Let me just open this. Okay, so yeah, we also had a naked point of control at this level, 67 76231 level. So there is a possibility, very slight possibility, is that we can just come down, retest that naked point of control, and then go higher. Okay, so let's see what happens. But I am expecting some sort of reaction from this naked point of control. I don't think so this point of control should be taken lightly, but if we go past through this, I won't be surprised. It's that simple. But I would like to see some sort of reaction, because we do not want to see the price just going higher at without any sort of retest, because that's never healthy. When you are going down, you want to see the retest, because if you don't see the retest, the faster you came down, the faster you will go up. So you want to see some sort of retest, okay, from this naked point of control. So if you watched my stream, if you watched my last stream, I said one thing, that I am expecting higher, and 80K is my first target. I have taken TP on my X on the Bitcoin when the price approached the 78K naked point of control, and I am now expecting either a rejection from here, or either a rejection from these equal highs we have here. Okay, so these are two levels where I would be looking to get a reaction from. Let me just highlight it on the chart. I'm talking about these these equal highs, and we also have a daily imbalance, golden pocket, and a lot of other bullshit which I have explained many times. I'm not going to cover this again. Okay, but this is the level where I would be looking to take a shot. Very much I would be looking to take a shot, but I would like to see the sweep of these levels. But before that, I would be hesitate to take the shot. But I think this is a good area to take the TPs on my longs. I have taken TPs on my Ethereum long. I have taken TP on my Solana long. Solana is at the value area high, so it does make sense to take a long here. And even the Solana short here is not entirely a bad idea. But looking at the strength on the Bitcoin, I would very hesitate. Now, why do I say that Solana short is a good idea? The first of all, of course, the risk to reward ratio is good. The second thing, we are at the value area high. The third thing, we have a 4-hour imbalance here. The fourth thing, okay, let me just remove this. The fourth thing is that we have a OTE level around this level. Let me just, okay, you can see we have a 0.79 level around this exact value area high. If you draw it from absolute high, we have a golden pocket around this level. So this is not a small level. Of course, we can see a rejection. This is not a bad place to look for shorts, but looking at the strength, I am refraining from taking the shots. Okay, this is just me. Let's get back to the Bitcoin. So first target is of course the 80K, where I would possibly look to build a short, but I will be looking to take major TPs. The next and major target, which I spoke about in my last stream, is 86K. Now, if you want to know the reasoning, you can watch my last streams. I have explained in depth. It is basically we have a value area low here, we have a naked point of control, we have a weekly level, we also have a daily imbalance, 4-hour imbalance, and all that stuff. We also have a OTE level from absolute high to the absolute low. So that's why this level becomes really important for me. And I think by the time we will come to this level, we will have some sort of catalyst to go lower eventually. Okay. But overall, looking at this move, I am really bullish, and I do think price should continue from here instead of just marking out the absolute high here. I don't think so. We're gonna do that. I will be monitoring the situation. If we start to get a very big move towards the downward, like if we start to leave the lose these lows, then I would become cautious and I would start to look for major shorts. Okay. But as long as this low is intact, I would be looking for bullish continuation higher. Okay, this is my invalidation. I have already told you we can even move the stop loss to this, but I'm just afraid that we don't get wigged out. So just be careful of that. Okay. I also charted the XRP. I will come to the Solana and Ethereum real quick, even though I have covered Solana briefly, but I wanted to cover the XRP. So this is my plan. I posted on my X as well. It is a pretty simple and fair plan, and it aligns with the Bitcoin. Because if you see, that's what I love about the technicals. And if you trade the altcoins and align it with the Bitcoin, they align it pretty well. Okay, the Bitcoin is at the major resistance. I mean, not a major, but like naked point of control, where we can expect some sort of retracement, anything you want to call it, some sort of retracement, okay, some sort of rejection, retracement, anything you want to call it, we can expect it from this level. And you can see we are already printing a black candle, sorry, the red candle on a 4 hour time frame. Now, if I come on the XRP, this is the plan I made. Okay, give me a second. Yeah, I don't know why my PC was shutting. Okay, so on the XRP, we have done a breakout of the value area high. So this is, of course, is a very significant bullish sign. And to assume that we can go higher from here is not a bad sign. We can also look for shorts. I'm not saying that we should not look for shorts, but I will tell you how are we supposed to look for shorts. But let's talk about the bullish scenario here first. Okay. So we Bitcoin is at the resistance, so we can expect a retracement. The XRP is also at the resistance, this 4 hour imbalance you have here. So and 4 hour imbalance, and if I draw the Fibonacci, I'm pretty sure there was some sort of confluence here. The confluence is here as well. Yeah, you can see the OTE levels, 0.705 level, and you can see to the tick, we tapped on the 0.705 level, and then we started to reject. You can see to the tick. So the level where I would expect some sort of rejection and it retest this value area high. Of course, it's a basic thing that let's say we are in a range, and if we do a breakout of the range, there is a very high chance that we will do a retest before going higher. So I'm expecting something similar on the XRP as well. We have a range here. We have done a breakout. I'm expecting a retest, and then I would be looking to target higher. That would be my chart for the XRP and my bullish scenario. Okay, but of course, this signifies that you want to have a reaction. Okay, like let's say when a price comes to this level, you want to see an instant reaction. You do not want to see candle closing here. You don't want to see that. Okay, you want to see a freaking instant reaction, inverse FVG, break of structure, whatever you trade, but you want to have some sort of confirmation and then make an entry. So let's say the price comes here, do the break of structure. So I would be looking to do long something like this. Okay? Something like this, higher prices. This is a good 2.78 hour trade. Do not care about this long position here. This is merely just because to give you the idea and sense what I'm expecting. I won't say this is exact limit. Okay, just bear that in mind. So this is what do you see here is exactly, sorry, what you see here is exactly what I want to see play on the XRP, and I would be happy to take a long. I will keep you posted, of course, in my channel. If it happens on the weekend, there is a chance that I might not be able to give you the update, but just place your alerts here. Okay. The bearish scenario, that's also very easy to explain. And this black line is so important here that it is a do and die for the XRP. So let's say the same thing is that we do not get an instant reaction. We do not get something like that. But instead, what happens, price comes down and it starts giving 4 hourly, 1 hourly closing below this black line. Once it starts to do that, of course, now that's a bearish sign. We do not want to see that. Okay, so now we can become cautious and we can start to look for shorts. Again, this is not a sign to enter in a direct short entry, but we can start to look for a potential short and blah blah blah. If we get a proper structure break of this, like if we come down, give closing, blah blah blah, and we do a proper structure shift here by closing a candle below this level, then I would love to take short on the Bitcoin. And this low aligns perfectly with my Bitcoin idea here as well. That if we do a daily closing, sorry, the 4 hour candle close below this level, I would look for shorts. Okay, so we have a pretty similar ideas on both assets, and I love how they're the altcoins and everything just correlates. at some point. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at, the XRP, expecting a sort of rejection. But overall, my thesis, of course, my bias remains bullish. I do think that we are going to see higher because this was insane amount of compression, and I think it makes sense that now we look for higher prices. Okay, yeah, that is for XRP. I wanted to cover this, especially. I have covered Solana. Nothing much to add. I'm expecting some sort of rejection, and then I'm looking for higher prices eventually. Not a bad area to look for scalp short. I'm saying it again because this is a very significant level. A rejection from here is not gonna be a bad thing. Plus, keep in mind we have done a swing failure pattern on a 4-hour time frame as well, so you can fairly see a swing failure pattern of this. So like what can happen is that you can create this range, you can create this small range you have here, and what can happen, let me just hide this so I can give you a better idea. So yeah, you have this range. What can happen, since you have done a swing failure pattern of this, you have done a failed auction, the price can come down, do another swing failure pattern, and it starts to go higher. Okay, so this can happen. So you can also play the mini range if you want. So right now Solana is in the mini range, it doesn't hurt to play this range. Let me just also drop the Solana chart. Okay, hope that made sense. Let me open the long position I have here on Solana so I don't miss this out. This is not our SL. I'm pretty sure my stop loss was something else. Was it this? I would have to double check my position. Okay, let's check. Let's check on the Ethereum now. Yeah, Ethereum. Again, I was saying on my stream that I'm looking to move a stop loss to the break even on the Ethereum, but I ended up not doing it because I was afraid that the same mini range that I. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening to my computer. I would have to get it checked. Okay. But yeah, anyway, the same mini range that I talked about in the Solana, I hope you remember it. You can see the similarities here. You should be able to see the pattern, okay? If you follow my streams from a very long time, you should be able to see it. That's what I'm talking about. The same mini range on the Solana we have here, we had on the Ethereum, and we did a swing failure pattern towards the low, and then we did a breakout, okay? So, and that is what I was afraid of, that I was afraid that we have this small range and there is a possibility that price can come down to do a sweep of that swing failure pattern this and fill this entire imbalance, and then we can go higher. That's exactly what we did. So that's why I didn't move stop loss to the break even on the Ethereum. This is just a pure educational thing for you. Okay, if you're not into that, you can ignore it. But now what are my targets for Ethereum and what I'm expecting? I think I have talked about it several times, but I'm just going to give you the quick overview, and that is, the first level for me is 2500 level, $2,500. That's my first level. Why? Very obvious. I'm pretty sure you have a single print here, right? I'm pretty sure you have a single, no, you do not have a single print, but you do have a low volume node here. You can see around this level, you have a low volume node, you have a daily 4-hour FVG, you have an anchored VWAP, you also have a golden pocket around this level. Let me just see, you have a golden pocket around this level. And if I look at some other things, I'm pretty sure you would have a naked point of control here as well. Let the candle load, just give it a second. Remove it. No, you do not have a here, but I'm pretty sure you do have some sort of extreme low volume node here, so I won't be surprised if we get rejected. To be exact, 2569 is the level where I would be interested for it. Okay, let me just draw this again so it is marked on my chart. Yeah, and Ethereum setup was pretty obvious as well. You can see the breakout, retest, and now we're going higher. Okay, yeah, that's it for the Ethereum, guys. I don't have much to add. I'm still only thinking of higher prices as I'm thinking on the Bitcoin, so I won't mind. I have one more altcoin that I personally want to look, but just give me a second. Okay, I have to settle this out something. Just give me a second. Okay, sorry guys. Sorry guys. I was conducting some sort of business. Okay. What altcoin I wanted to talk about? I forgot. I forgot. I wanted to look at how did I forgot? I wanted to look at this altcoin. Yeah, forget. I forgot. I don't know which altcoin I wanted to look at. But let's just start the USDT dominance. Yeah, that's looking bad as well. You can see the clear break of a structure. We have lost the level. So it's very obvious. The USDT dominance is actually looking bad. Do you see this? This 4 hour candle close? This is the type of thing you don't want to see. This is a very strong 4 hour candle close. And and the only thing that invalidates now the longs, the only thing that invalidates the long now is that we give a very instant reaction. We turn this FVG into the inverse FVG and we do something like this. This is the only thing that is going to turn the bullish narrative to the bearish. But I don't think so that's going to happen. And I am expecting a continuation. Again, I am stressing upon the fact that 80K, 79K is a very strong level. I'm not saying it's not a strong level, but I do think that we can see some sort of higher short squeeze before we go lower, because I don't think so this is a enough level of a bull trap. That's just my opinion. Okay, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe this is just a this is the absolute high, another absolute high, the 78K. I could be wrong because it's a significant level, but this is my just personal thoughts, my personal analysis, and my experience in the market. I am expecting higher. Okay, that's just me. So let's look at this further. The USDT dominance, of course, looks bad, and when you look at this chart, don't, you can see this is looking bad. And to assume that we will go lower from here is not a bad idea at all. If I go on a daily time frame, I can give you more proper levels. Yeah, this is a very good level. Okay, I do think this is a very good level. Let me just organize it to the max. Yeah, this is a very good level. Go on a daily. What happened? Yeah, it's not loading. Yeah, this is the level where I would be interested in. Let me just also pull this up. We do have a golden pocket around this level. We have a daily imbalance around this level. If I use the anchored VWAP from this low, we do not have an anchored VWAP confluence. If I use it from this low, we do not have it. But if I use it from this low, this is the last confluences. No. So yeah, the anchored VWAP we have is around here. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let me look at. Hmm. Extreme amount of low volume nodes around this level. If I use the pitchfork level shift. Okay, so yeah, this is the level maybe I would be more interested in. Yeah, this is the level I would be more interested in. And this is, I believe, this would be like, I guess, 83K to the 82K level, or maybe 86K level on the Bitcoin. Yeah, this is the level where I would be more interested in the USDT dominance to look for shorts. And there is, of course, we have a daily imbalance here. We have a pitchfork low band here. We have a 0.62 level here. And we can, what we can do is that, do you see what we did here is that price went up, did a deviation, and came inside. I'm expecting something similar to happen again, is that we can go lower, do a deviation, and come higher. Okay, something like this. And we can also tap the golden pocket, maybe tap this lower band of the pitchfork. And this is something what I would like to see on the USDT dominance. I know the chart looks very messy, but this is my thesis. Okay, hope this makes sense. And we also have a lower volume nodes. As you can see, we have extreme amount of lower value volume nodes around this level. So we should see as instant reaction. But if this level fails, then I'm looking at this level, and I think I'm more than confident that this level will work out. Okay, just more than confident that this level is going to work out. We have imbalance resistance, 0.79 level, and a lot of stuff here. Let me just look at, I will get back to the tower. I just want to look at something else. Okay, real quickly, just me go on a weekly time frame. And yeah, we also have this weekly level down there. So yeah, I won't be surprised. So you got the two levels for you. Okay, let me just come to this box. This is your first level you're looking at. And this is the second box you're looking at. Let me just make it look good so I can show you. Let me just remove this. Let me just remove this. Okay, so I've made very clean chart for you. So this is the first level that I'm looking at for potential shorts, and this is the major second level that I am very confident will work eventually. Will work. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that's for my USDT dominance level. You can take a screen. I'm gonna drop the screenshot. You can also mark out the levels on your chart. Okay, if you want to. Let's look at the Tau. Let's look at the Tau. Okay, I talked about the Tau in my previous stream, and I did said that it is looking really bad, and I am standing firm on my decision that this is looking bad. I still think this is looking bad. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is looking bad. Okay. I don't like the structure certainly. Let's say if you want to look for longs, the extremes level that I would give you. Again, we have tapped the golden pocket. I mean, we front ran the golden pocket and we also front ran the imbalance. So I don't think so. This pump we are seeing is a very good one. What I would like to see, what I would like to see is this. Okay, this box. I would like to get a complete fill of this box, and then I think we can look at the tower again. Once we have the complete fill of this, let me also mark out the anchored VWAP from the low. Anchored VWAP is no help here. Absolutely no help. Mm, yeah, sorry guys. Give me a second. Yeah, my bad guys. Okay. S- hmm. So this level I like this box. Okay, I don't think so. This is a bad level. This is the after the complete fill of this tau level. I would love to long once we have this, and I would like to see the reaction. But overall, I'm not a fan of the structure of this tau. I do think that this can go lower. I'm not a fan of this structure. I do not like the weakness on the coin. That is what I'm gonna say. I don't know why I picked it up. Okay. That is what I'm gonna say. Nothing much to talk about on the tower. I don't like the coin structure. It's not for me, I would say. Let's see. Let's look at something which I like. Let's scan Ondo. Ondo is in this range, this is looking bad. Yeah, this is a very good range, though you can make a lot of money in this range. If you are an intraday or a scalper, you can make hell lot of money on this range. Yeah, you can just look at this. Every time if you have longed it, you would have 100% win rate. Not a single deviation at the resist at the support. So this is good stuff. The one chart that I want to look at is Su. Let's look at the Su. Okay, Su is again is also at in the range. So let's see what happens. Giving a very good rejection from the range highs. So there is a chance that we can go down. But again, if Bitcoin is looking good, it can do a breakout. So it is at the do and die. I would like to see the more price action to unfold before I make my proper judgment for the Su. Uh, Atom, I don't know. I don't that like that much. Let me see from the higher caps. Again, the LTC is also looking really bad. There's nothing to look at the LTC. It's at the range highs. The BNB, no. ADA. ADA might be looking a bit interesting here. Let me see. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you have this on the ADA, right? You have. ADA is looking interesting, as I said, because our previous range was this. Then we did a breakdown, and this was our previous range. Now, if we do a flip, now this is where it becomes interesting, and I would like to long if it does a flip. Okay, so before that, again, I would like to see if it does a flip and whatever. So again, I need to see the more price action to unfold. We have done a breakout of the value area high of the mini range, so that's good. And if I do the absolute range, okay, that's also here. Okay, okay, okay. So what, as I said, I would like to see the breakout of this retest, and then I would love to long. But right now it is at the resistance, so let's see what happens. We have done a swing failure pattern, so we can go down. but these altcoin structures are just looking bad. Majority of the altcoins are just not worth trading, guys. I'm just sorry, I don't have anything to chart for you. That's the reason I only trade the majors. So I think it's best if I wrap this stream up, because this is just gonna get boring. I don't like to trade the altcoins for exact same reasons. Again, if you have any chart requests, do let me know. I would love to chart them. Yeah, that's just one of the main reasons I don't trade the altcoins. They are not just worth trading. They waste my time charting them, because I think I can make more money just trading the Bitcoin, spending less time on the charts, analyzing the Bitcoin, by just going and scanning the altcoins, which are just not worth my time. Okay. If you have any chart requests, do let me know. I would love to chart them, but otherwise, I don't have anything else to cover. I'm bullish on the market, bullish on the crypto, bullish on the stocks, bullish on the geo as well. Let's see what happens, what unfolds. But again, this is a short term bullish. This is a short term bullish. I'm not saying that I'm really highly bullish fartcoin. Yeah, I can look at the fartcoin if it's according to my, if I like the chart, because as I said, I don't trade the altcoins. I don't know with most of them. Yeah, this is, you can already see from the first glance that it's looking bad. And the reason why it's looking bad, if I go on a weekly level, so you have this level, you want to surpass this level. Okay, so this is the weekly level. This is the analysis for the fartcoin, is that you want to flip this level, and you want to flip it with the god candle. You don't want to flip it with the small daily candles closes like this. You don't want to do that. You want a good daily god candle, and it should close above this weekly level. Then I would get interested. Otherwise, I'm not interested in trading this coin. Okay, yeah, this looks dead. Okay, this is dead. Unless we reclaim this weekly level, then we can talk about the new range we will form, which will be, of course, from which will be this. So we can talk about it again, that okay, once we have reclaimed this, now we will have a higher range. But before that, the chances of rejecting from down here is much more than breaking out and going higher, because despite the strength in the Bitcoin, this is showing weakness, which is, of course, is never a good sign. So I'm not a big fan of the Fartcoin. Okay, look for shorts, I would say, moreover. Anything else, guys? I hope this stream was productive and you learned something from that. I try to convey that as much as of my knowledge as I can. All right, it's all right. It's all good, man. That's why I do the streams. I can provide the value. Yeah, I think I would just wrap this stream up here. Um, Make sure to follow my alerts, and if you didn't join it from the start, or if you want to watch my previous streams, make sure you are a VIP member and get access to my previous stream recordings from this channel. I've posted the channel in the stream chat. Okay, cheers, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you on the next stream on the Monday, with the new market update. Let me just drop the stream link so you guys can join. Hit that interest button if you like my streams. Cheers, guys. Bye.